all you snow fighters out there. Today we're going to do a tutorial on adjusting your SnowStorm plow springs. So for those of you that own KAGE SnowStorm plows, you know, wheel loaders such as this, it's 924G, good fit for a 12 or 14 foot snowstorm. So today we're going to talk about the spring adjustment, the tension of the springs. We've designed this plow to be able so that you can adjust the spring tension. The reason you do this is you want to find that fine line between being able to carry snow and not trip all the time, and not damaging curbs and manhole covers and things like that. So if your trip is too stiff, you could damage, scrape, you know, even push curbs right over. But if it's too loose, not enough tension, you won't be able to carry your snow load properly. So this nut, this jam nut here, in between the bolt head and this welded nut, can come out, and that's your adjustment. So these springs here are 230 pounds per inch of pressure. So you're going to put about half that, about 115 pounds of additional pressure per spring. Once you go ahead and do all four of these like that, you're going to get, you know, over 400 pounds of additional force holding that trip edge in place. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through the finer points of the adjustment. Sometimes these nuts or these bolts can get kind of, you know, seized up and stuff, so we're going to talk about that. And then sometimes, you know, you just can't, sometimes even with a 3/4 inch impact, you can't get these loosened up. You might have to buy new parts. So we'll make sure to put in the comments below, we'll put the part numbers and even the prices if you decide that you need that adjustment and you just can't get them loosened up. So I'm going to talk about the tools that we need. Real simple stuff again. WD-40 or some other lubricant. Get those bolts hopefully loosened up. 1.5 inch wrench. And for this task, I'm going to use a 3/4 inch impact with an 1.5 inch socket on it. 3/4 inch so that we have, you know, plenty of torque. And then finally some grease or other. We're going to go ahead and grease up the spring tubes while we're at it too, so that we make sure that those are still sliding nicely when we get all done, and they'll be good for another season. So let's get to it. All right, so before we start, we're going to squirt some WD-40 on the threads that are going to go through that nut when we drive it up. Where's the WD-40 location? All right, for greasing up these tubes, we're just gonna put a little bit of all-purpose grease inside the female tube and a little bit on the outside of the male tube. This just helps keep the surfaces from getting seized up in the salt and corrosive environments of winter. Keep in mind, do one spring at a time here. If your plow is elevated, if you pop all these springs off, your trip edge is likely to flop down, and then you'll have a hassle trying to get it back up. So just do one spring at a time, replace it, and go on to the next. One disclaimer here we want to have is don't go all hog wild and force these springs down past this even more, because what can happen is you can override the travel that they are supposed to have and actually bring them to solid before the trip edge mechanism hits its mechanical stop, and that could force your springs up and through these ears if you hit something hard enough. So just don't use extra spacers when you're trying to tighten these up and get even more tension out of them. They're only designed for so much. All right, there you have the SnowStorm spring tension adjustment. Keep in mind, if you have a new SnowStorm, we have completely eliminated that jam nut, so they already come at full tension. Most guys like that better, so we just decided to take that and just tighten it to its full extent. All right, hope you enjoyed. Kason, adios.